Welcome back, welcome back. Okay, so my name is Joy and I'm a digital marketer, communication and branding strategist. So if you've not seen my first video of the series, it would be good if you go back there, see it, because that is where, because I'm making that assumption that as you watch this video, you have created your persona. So you've made your ideal client's persona. So that is my assumption in this video. So the HubSpot template gives you something like this. What I have right now on my screen. Yeah. Yes, so if you have a business and your ideal client is not one person, so there are some businesses and services that you're just not serving one person. Let's take, for instance, yeah, if you're my example will be a coach because we created the persona for Mercy, and Mercy is a coach. So Mercy is a lifestyle coach. She will not be working with one type of clientele. So she'll maybe one time, because she's talking more on investment and finances. So she's a finance coach, more on the lifestyle part, but finance. So Mercy will be talking to someone who wants to fix their debt issue. Mercy will meet a client who wants to learn about savings. Mercy will meet a client who has a habit of overspending. Mercy will meet a client who has a problem of saving too much but not investing. Mercy will meet a client who wants to invest, who wants to start investing. So they don't have a saving, they don't have a debt, they're not in debt, but they're not investing too. So they're just using up all their money. So you see how there are different personas in Mercy's list of ideal clients. So you have to create a persona for all your ideal clients, right? So you'll have a Mercy, you'll have a John, and you'll have a Mary, and you'll have a Catherine. So a persona is not really one person, it represents a group of clients. So Mercy is not one person. Mercy stands for a group of clients. So all your personas don't narrow it down and go in onto the internet start looking for this specific person that fits your ideal client. Your ideal client, they might fall in the same group. Maybe they fall in the Mercy group. So Mercy is my ideal client. Remember that. So Mercy is my ideal client. So since I am creating my ideal clients and Mercy is the ideal client, she's a finance coach, I am a digital marketer. So Mercy is just one of them. I might be working with another lifestyle coach. So my ideal client is someone who does lifestyle coaching. So there's finance. There are those who teach about personal development. These are all segments of lifestyle. So they're different. They have different buyer's journey. They explore the internet differently. So that is the assumption that I have here, that you've created your different personas. So after you have created your different personas, the next thing you need for your brand to kickstart your brand is you need to clarify what your brand represents, right? So what does your brand represent? When Mercy meets your brand, what does it represent to her? So this is where the pain points of your client come in. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys. So yeah, that is. You need to clarify your pain point. So a pain point is that what Google is saying. So a pain point is a problem. Basically, a pain point is that thing that. Let me put it this way. Mercy wants to get leads. But the pain point that she's facing, the problem that she has, the issue that she has is that she lacks customers. So when you think of your client's pain point, you really have to chip it down, like remove the layers until you find that problem that is really giving them the issue, right? So when a client tells you my pain point, or when you identify a pain point as lack of clients, so you have to ask yourself, why are they lacking clients? Hmm? Then you come and realize they're not doing enough marketing for their services. That is why they do not have clients. Another person might lack clients because their brand is not aligned to their ideal customer. Someone else might lack clients because their their brand is not consistent. So they present differently on LinkedIn, and they present differently on TikTok, and they present differently on Facebook, and they present differently on X. So they're different. So they're not consistent. I'm not saying that you're going to be copy pasting your content all over these platforms, or you're going to be sharing the same, because you can't share your TikTok content on LinkedIn, right? And even right now, there's some TikTok content that just don't work on Instagram as much. And Facebook, if you realize, Facebook Reels are kind of different. So, because these platforms have different audiences, so you have to be consistent, but also tweak your content and tweak the way you present yourself to match the audience that you are presenting before. So there is that part. So you have to identify your client's pain point. The other thing that you have to do in this first phase of building your brand is to identify your niche. So I know when you when people talk about a niche, they kind of very specifically talk about the specific thing that you want to do. If you're a beginner, I would advise you try different things and just see what you like instead of stressing your mind at the beginning. But as you go deeper into your branding, you should narrow down to something that is specific. But if you're beginning, it's okay to try different things before you settle. That's okay. The other thing that you need to identify are the values of your brand. So, what are the values of your brand? The same way companies have missions and values, your brand should also have missions and values. So, your values, things like transparency, authenticity, luxury, like luxurious. Like, what are the values of your brand? The other thing is, what is your brand message? Like every single day you sit down to create content, maybe it's a sales poster, or you're advertising a new product, you're launching a new product. What is your brand message? What are you going to be saying to your clients each and every single time? There is one thing. Let's take, for example, something like Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola have that brand message of refreshness and joy. Like you'll drink their sodas and get this burst of excitement, and it's exciting. So that is their focus when it comes to their brand message. They just bring it differently, but that is always behind all their advertisements and how they present themselves before their audience, because they know people want to feel when they associate with your brand. So what is that feeling, that message that you want to pass with your brand, right? So after that is the phase one of your brand. So you should have your ideal customer. So you should have identified your target customer. You should have your customers' pain points. You should have your ideal client's persona. You should have your values, your brand values and mission. You should have your brand message, and you should have your now the final thing that you need to do at this point is, now after you've identified all these things, you know what you want to present, you know how you want to be seen in front of your clients. Now you need to choose a palette, and there are a lot of free palettes on the internet. There's so many. You just have to know. You see, there's so many color palettes. So you can just go ahead and Google the different meanings of colors. What does color red mean? What does color blue mean? You see, these are all color palettes. They're free. You can get them on the internet. You can also create your own. If you can do that, if you're good with colors, the color wheel, you can create your own. But if you're not that good with colors or the color wheel, because you have to be good in color wheels, know your color wheel before you can actually decide to make your own palette. But there are also AI palette generators, so you can also do that. But before you reach to generating a palette, you can just research a bit about what colors mean, because colors mean different things to different people. So because you now know what you want your customers and your audience to feel, to how you want your brand to be represented. So with that in mind, choose your color palette, choose wisely, because this is something that you're not going to easily change once you start branding yourself, right? So you're not going to be, today I like yellow, tomorrow I like purple, tomorrow, no. This is something you're going to stick with for a while. So choose wisely, right? Choose wisely. And remember, there are shades of different colors. So you might like green, but which green? Blue, which green? Which blue? Red, which red? So decide on all of that. Decide on all of that. So at this point, we are done with phase one. And the next video I'll be making my logo, because the first two, I have already done that previously. Like I already have that kind of information, so that is why I was just giving an overview. But now in the next video, I'll be making my logo, and yeah, we'll make a logo. And also these tutorials, I'll try to use free tools so that you don't, if you're just starting out, you don't have to invest. But you can use pro versions of these tools if you have the investment to make. So yeah, see you guys in the next video as we make a logo.